Who are these guys? They look like a bunch of outlaws.
The black dusters, the hats, the Harleys.
What are they doing?
There are people out there that care enough to want to give a tremendous gift.
Luke 12:48, for those that are given, much is required.
This ride creates a bond amongst us. There's so many good things that happen to you.
Obviously, you love to ride my motorcycle, so that was the first inspiration.
When I first got inspired to do it, I said, man, this is my chance to see 48 states riding on a Harley.
But then we found out what it was for, and I actually got out on the ride, started visiting some of the hospitals. It really endeared me to the ride.
Our hospital is just outstanding. Our staff, all the way from the doctors down to the janitors.
Doing something bigger than yourself, something that doesn't directly benefit you.
What started off as just seemed like a fun thing, it really kind of touches you.
One thing that kind of drives me behind, you see these kids in the hospital and you see them, the attitude, have the best attitudes in the world, and to make a little bit of a difference, to make things better.
They're not going it alone.
I think a lot of it is being prepared mentally, physically, and then mechanically, making sure you're prepared as well.
I mean, they have people on this ride that are good mechanics, and they can take care of it.
Some of us actually pack tools. It's why some of us have to pack less clothes.
But that still doesn't guarantee there's no breakdowns or issues on the ride.
No man's left. We don't ever leave anybody alone.
When you do, you just know that you're in good hands with the folks that you're with.
And most of us have ridden a lot of miles, so we know pretty much what we're going to expect. But there's always going to be the chance that something will happen that you just can't prepare for.
Can't prepare for misery, can you?
The first year I tried to take a clean change of clothes for every day. Not a good idea. Now I pack very light.
It's about 5,000 for the 3 weeks that we're on the road. And of course, we fund all of that ourselves.
Because the money that we do collect on the road, everything comes back here for the Children's Miracle Network.
The planning for this trip starts 6 months before we leave town. After the first of the year, there is an awful lot of work that's going on, standing out here in the cow pasture, doing interviews as part of it.
And making sure the family is happy or comfortable with you going that far.
Which that's one of the reasons why this is my second trip. I'm married with 2 kids at the house. You know, I got a 17-year-old stepson, and then I got a 7-year-old little girl. I have to spend time with them.
There's a lot of time that goes into it, time away from work, time away from your family. And then you got the financial sacrifice. When you think about what you're doing for the children, it's a lifetime for them.
And especially the boys. I mean, you walk into the room with a 10-year-old kid sitting up in there, their eyes light up. Here's these grown men with these bad-looking dusters and hats on, and it's just every boy's dream come true to meet some big bad rough Harley riders.
So to those children and that they're people that care and that we try to make a difference.
Bikers have had bad names in a lot of places.
You see us ride in, 12 of us, 14 of us, there's 22 of us this year. Bikes all labeled out and dressed out and everything.
Good conversation starter for sure.
It sparks an interest, everywhere. Gives us a chance to tell the story.
But once we get to talk to them, explain what we're doing, this is just our uniform, they warm up to us and really help us out.
You hear how people up north are hard to get along with, but it's been my experience that everywhere we go in all 48 states, there's been nice people.
I know how it is when we ride in town and we'll stop for, say, lunch, and we go into a little small town and have a little restaurant over there or something like that, and then we walk in with this garb on, and there's just a little chatter, and all of a sudden everything gets dead quiet.
But as soon as they find out what we're doing and we're raising money and funds and raising awareness for Children's Miracle Network,
then we can't leave.
You get up every morning and you ride. Most people say, well, let's look outside and see what the weather is. For us, it doesn't really matter because you ride anyway.
Day 3 and 4 of the ride is the hardest day, was the hardest days for me. Because you're sore, you're physically exhausted, and I think, I'm sore, let's get on this thing to ride. We'll make it.
It's pretty grueling. Some people won't admit it, but when you're running, 400 to 500 miles a day, and the elements, sandstorms, hail, rain.
We make decisions, according to how bad it is, and try to look at the maps, weather maps and stuff, maybe reroute or something.
Well, it depends on whether Scots get lost. His nickname is Magoo because he's half blind. So we're only supposed to ride probably about 8 to 10 hours a day. but it has been 12 to 14 hours.
Scott Restmeyer has allowed myself to be a part of something that's really a great thing, and it's been a privilege for me.
Something you can't describe, you know. It's a good feeling inside you.
When I got started, it was all about the ride. But after that first year, we stopped at a hospital, and you see a young man that you don't understand why he's in there, 8 years old.
God blessed me with 3 beautiful, healthy children, and I felt like, you know, with all the kids in the NICU that need help, you know, what better way to do something that you really enjoy and love doing, and at the same time benefit something, like I said, bigger than yourself.
I've got 4 grandkids, and just thinking about them and doing a little something to help the local hospital.
What do you say to a baby? Love you. You know, what do you say to the parents? Love you. Love your baby. We're going to help.
You run into people at the grocery store, and you might have your shirt on. Do you ride with the Miracle Riders? Yes, I do.
The Columbus community that supports this makes this all possible. This is not anybody individually. This is everybody all together doing this, and we just appreciate that.
We love y'all. From the depths of our heart, we truly love the kids at the NIC unit in the hospital. And we pray for them, we wish them the best, and we know that God's on their side. We're coming.